And we are recording. Hey guys, I'm here again. Ask me any questions. I did say that I was going to. Yes, I did say that I was going to. It's my first time trying this. Come back again. So here we are. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another live on the same day. As you can see, I still have the same shirt on. I didn't really go anywhere. I was just here. This is the first time tuning in or just watching any of my videos or just tuning in on my live. Hi, my name is Priscilla Savage, and I have I have published 5 books out currently on Amazon. I'm working on my 6th book, which is a contemporary romance, interconnected standalone in a series that I'm working on. It's called The Most Beautiful series. The first book in the series is called Awolowo Most Beautiful. If you haven't read it, everything is linked below in the description box below. Go check out my books. The sequel that I'm currently working on, you don't have to have read the first book in the series, but if you want to have the best experience, I encourage you to read it, the first book, but you really don't have to. But today, as you can see from the title of this live, we're going to be talking about just word building. I've heard a lot of just different opinions about word building in your story. Is that like you have to have word building? Is it necessary to have it in your story? I know that personally for me, I never really I never really gave it a lot of attention until fairly recently. Really, I think especially in my last book and the one that I'm working on now. But when I first published my book in Amazon, I don't think I paid any attention to it. Not because I didn't want to, I just wasn't thinking about it. I was just like, I just want to have this story in my head. I just want to put it out there. I just want to write it for whoever is going to read it. I'm enjoying it. I want someone else to enjoy it. But I've been thinking about world building, and it's something that I really want to stress about. And I don't want you guys to stress about it because you really don't have to stress about it. And the good news is, I was in my research and I realized that you really don't have to. You don't have to do world building. And you know what? Let me rephrase that. Just back. Just rewind. Okay. When it comes to world building, from what I've learned, is that you don't have to go excessive on world building. Honestly, you can do minimal world building. You can do like you can do like the world building where you just put a lot into it. You really don't have to. So what I've learned is that you can do minimal world building. I'm pretty sure that we've all read a book that had little to no world building, but the book was still good. Like you can still follow along, you can still be immersed in the story. And we've read books that for some reason they overdid it, and it was just like too much information, too much just crammed, on one spot, and it just wasn't good. It just kind of took away from the story, right? Um, but so what I've learned, I don't think is now. Some people, some other authors might disagree with me on this. That's okay. This is my mostly my opinion, but I have read and I have just read up on world building, and I've realized that I found that you don't have to. You really don't have to. Do any world building. You don't have to do a lot of world building for your story to stand out and for your story, for your book to do well. Okay, I think people just like over, what's the word, they kind of overestimate, like they just kind of overdo it, like like give it too much praise. And think about the word for it, but like you really don't have to. And yeah. For example, one of my books, I think the book that one of my books, the one that I think where I didn't really do a lot of world building, I would say it would be let me see. One second, I just really need to think. And I was thinking about this recently, like a few hours ago. It's kind of like, like which of my books um excuse me. In Awelawa, I don't think I did a lot of world building in Awelawa Most Beautiful. It's a great story. I mean, you can go like check it out on Amazon and just see what people are saying about it. Overall, it has some good reviews. It has like a lot of good reviews. But I don't think I did a lot of world building for that. I think I don't remember. I think the story just sort of like, I mean, I did, did a little bit, here and there because the story takes place in Chicago. I lived in Chicago for, I think, 9 months, and I really enjoyed living in Chicago. I think I experienced all 4 seasons. I think I was there in the summer of 2019 and experienced the summer, experienced the fall, experienced the winter, and experienced a little bit of spring. So moved. I left Chicago in, I think, in March of the following year slash April. So I, experienced it, and I love Chicago. I love being there. If you're from Chicago, hi, hello, Chi Town, Windy City. So I really liked Chicago. I like Chicago, and so I wanted to, honestly, all of my books. Well, Awelawa was centered in Chicago. Um, Navia of Love and Tears is centered in Swainsboro, Georgia. Under the Lesser Light was centered in Chicago. To Love a Maiden was centered in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Yes, these are places where I've lived. Yes, you're absolutely correct. And A Bride for the Prince, which is my Nigerian forbidden love story, was centered in Nigeria, in Lagos, Nigeria. So it kind of goes with between Lagos and I think another state in Nigeria. I think Abia State or Anambra State. I'm originally from Nigeria, as you can tell. But A Bride for the Prince was centered in Lagos, Nigeria. So these are places that I've lived. Okay, so I know a lot of things about those places, some things about those places that I was able to incorporate in my books. And but I think I did a little bit of world building in Awelawa, just a little bit. It really wasn't. It was very minimal. I think it was. I know I mentioned Chicago. I mentioned Chicago, and a few places here and there. Um, But yes, that's Abuelewa Most Beautiful. Let me see. To Love a Maiden. Did I do any world building? I think in the beginning I did, and a little bit in the middle and at the end. A Bride for the Prince, I did a little bit of world building. So you see, it's just been minimal. Under the lesser light, it was, it's a paranormal romance, so everything was kind of pretty much mysterious, but I did a little bit of world building, just a little tiny little bit. um it's not my best book, but it was the first book that as a matter of fact, I wrote Under the Lesser Light before Awelewa, but I published Awelewa on Amazon before Under the Lesser Light, which is kind of just crazy. But I loved Under the Lesser Light. I think it was the first time that I really wanted to, I was ready to just kind of like put my foot out there in the world of like publishing and making money off of publishing, self-publishing. And Under the Lesser Light was the one that I just kind of like, I kept that in mind when I was writing it. Like, you know what? I'm enjoying this story. I'm going to make money off of this story. You know what I mean? Like, I'm putting all my effort and time into this story, and I really wanted to make money out of it. Have people enjoy it for sure, but I also wanted to make money out of it. And Under the Lesser Light was the book that I wrote with that in mind. I love the book. I wish more people would see it and just read it and just enjoy it. But yeah, that's that. And A Bride for the Prince. Did I say that already? I think I did it. And I'm looking at my phone, guys. If I keep looking in these directions, because my phone is right here. Looking at my phone. But A Bride for the Prince, I think I did a little bit, or just a little bit of work, just a tiny little bit. As you can tell, like I said, minimal world building. But this new book I'm working on, the sequel for What About Most Beautiful, which is titled Regina Most Beautiful. I definitely want to do a lot more world building and just really embrace it and just really enjoy just the struggles and in the process, and just really enjoy doing it. And just I'm learning as I'm going. I'm learning. I want, like I said in my previous life, I want this book to be my best book so far. So everything that I'm learning and just immersing myself in, I want to put it in this book. You know. Ooh, hello, Moto. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna end this and answer my husband. I wish I could pause this. So bye, guys. I'll see you later. Everything is in down below.